This week I'm going to be running around jobbing. Normally you see me slinging boilers for the last 4 or 5 videos, but I had some breakdowns, some service, some maintenance coming. I thought I'd give them a record, show you how I do them. Hopefully you've learned a new trick or two. So yeah, breakdowns are my favourite type of jobs. If you give me a week full of breakdowns, I'll be a happy boy. I really would. I prefer breakdowns over installing boilers. You know, it's something I did for 8 years solid, just repairing boilers. So yeah, I really do enjoy it. So we're going to look at a Worcester. We got called out to that for high pressure. Then we've got Ideal Logic Heat, when the customer calls us up, they've just moved in and they wanted some advice on it. And I'll tell you what, it's a good job they called us. So yeah, let's get straight into the Worcester. Right, so we've got this Worcester and the pressure is going up and down, so it's going really high, it's really low. That's going to be the expansion vessel, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so drain off on the boiler, no pressure in the boiler. What you have to then, on the back, is the expansion vessel. Took the cap off. All we need to now is put the foot pump on. Hold on. That's full. What pressure's that on? Okay, so pressure's going sky high when the heating's on, which is indicating the expansion vessel's flat. But just put the pump on. It's full of air. Yeah, I know what this is. Do you know what it is? Okay, I'll show you. It's going to be blocked expansion vessels just there. So we're going to have to take that off because there's going to be a blockage in that. But before you take that out, get the pressure out the expansion. So all you'll do is relieve the pressure on the expansion, because if you don't, what will happen is as soon as you pull that hose out, it'll be under pressure and it'll go everywhere. Now that expansion is going to have water in it. It's not going to be able to come out because the hose is blocked. Yeah, if you didn't relieve the pressure, you took that hose off, it'll go everywhere, it'll flood you. So make sure you relieve the pressure before you take that hose out. So yeah, let's get that hose out and get it unblocked. Okay, so let's get the trap out first. Hose off, that clip, twist, put your finger over the hole there so it doesn't siphon out. Got to get that out. There we go. And the hose, just pull that clip out and that should come out. So all we'll do, I'm just going to get a towel, stick that underneath. So it's that clip there. Now if there is a towel and bucket underneath the boiler, because there is going to be water in this, let's take it out. Yeah, that's tight. Let's get my grips. Okay, that's loosened it. Let's take a look. Yeah, oh, it's pretty blocked. Okay. I'm going to try and scrape as much out of that as I can. I'll know when I've got it out, because yeah, it'll start leaking everywhere. I got it. There we go. I got it. Get that back in and the clip back on. There we go. There you go, that's back in. emptied the trap. Let's get him back in. So push it over there, twist and leave a click. Position that so you can see this part that you want to get in, you leave a click. Then you get this hose back on. Then you can recharge the vessel. Alright, so you see I'm starting to pump. I'm pushing all the water out of the expansion now, so we know that's definitely worked. Brilliant. So that's a nice. So that's the expansion vessel. The hose all unblocked. Just got to keep pumping now until pressure stays on 0. Full pump is just below the 1. Let's just pump that up, and that's all unblocked. So nothing can let it drain off anymore. Pressure on just below the 1. Go up there, put the cap back on, fill it back up, test it. Pressure on 1.5, just put in service mode, get it up to temp, and make sure that pressure stays stable. So pressing on the spanner button, this will get into service mode. All the way down to frost for minimum, all the way up to max for maximum. Just get that hot, you see what happens. We can do well with the checks as well. Go up in the loft and take a look at the flue. What we got. No brackets. Well, there's one there where it exits. There's no bracket down here. No bracket on change direction, but we have got a bracket there, so we need to put 2 flue clamps on. I mean, it is all screwed, but yeah, that needs extra support. So we'll have a word with the customer. Put a couple of flue clamps on. It should have been done at the time we installed, but we're here now, we can sort it. So, do the fitting Worcester flue brackets. Always fit these for any flue. Really easy to fit. So, get your bracket, like a right angled piece, a support bar, and all your screws. So, I'll normally start off by putting the actual bracket on the flue, like that. Get your angled piece. You get your screw and tighten that in. Can be a bit tight, this can. So get that started by hand, then tighten it up a little bit. Okay. You get your bracket, put that where you want it. So I can actually put the bracket down here. Right by this cold pot's blocking the camera, but if you put the screw in there, you can tighten both of them screws up. But before that, you put the screws and just screw the bracket down onto the wood. Make sure there's nothing underneath it first. Good. So, just tighten this one up. And this one. Okay. Let's see. There you go, there's one bracket down there, one bracket on there, one bracket on there. So we've changed direction, the vertical, the 45, then the vertical is all supported properly now. And that light there, the really bright one, that's the Unite SLR. That's been really good. It's 175 hours, so 1750 lumens. Really bright. And that's something I'll set in 1. It can go brighter than that. So yeah, I think that was 50 quid, that was. It's got a magnetic base, really good, really like that. Yeah, that's the flue all done. Let's go and check on the boiler. Right, flue support's all done. That's all back together, and then we're just doing minimum and maximum on the analyzer. So max is all done, that's all okay. Flue integrity, that's all tested and done. Pressure, that's where I'll avoid to. That's where you've run now. Get right up temperature and make sure that doesn't obviously get sky high. Yeah, boiler's all temperature. You see the pressure, only a slight bit moving. So instead of it, when it heats up, going all the way over to the 3, losing pressure through the PRV. It's now, the expansion's working, it's taking the expansion of water, only getting a little bit of a rise. So yeah, that is job done on that one. 99 times out of 100, that Worcester is always a flat expansion vessel. It's a really common fault on any boiler, especially the big turn on in the winter. People turn the boilers back on, expansion's gone flat, and they'll phone you to say the pressure keeps dropping, they have to keep topping it up. The one time that you don't let the system run to temperature is going to be the time that you got a blocked expansion vessel hours or something like that. So just a bit of advice, always run the system to temperature and monitor the pressure. It shouldn't be going back sky high. Like I said, most of the time it is just a flat expansion, but the one time that you don't check, I promise you, you're going to get a call back. So it just takes an extra 5-10 minutes. You can do all your other checks like we was doing, like we was just checking. You can do the gas rate check, you can check the flue in the loft if it's in the loft, different things like that. So yeah, it is worth just running up to them. Right, let's get on to the ideal logic heat. Customer just moved in, they wanted a full checkout of their boiler. No service records, so we started off with that, but yeah, have a look what we found on this one. Okay, so we've got an ideal logic, heat only. It's going to have a full strip down service. I just noticed this. Not wet now, but I have to double check on that. Okay, so I'll open it up. First thing you notice, see this white crusting around here. That means that there's a crack in the sump. 9 times out of 10 there's a crack in the sump. About like a hairline one, so it's going to be a new sump by looks of it. For now, let's give it a clean out. Let's see if a full strip clean, let's give it a full strip clean, make sure there's nothing else wrong with it. Yeah, we'll take it from there. So it's just 2 screws on the sump panel, pull that off. Then just tight here, you lift up, pull towards you, and that's out. Now get this gas valve out. Undo that nut. There's a nut at the back here. It's like a flat-headed nut. Just undo it. You don't need to take it all out. Just undo it. Forward and up. That's the fan out. There's 4 bolts. 2 at the front here on the burner, 2 at the back. Just undo them. Then it will all come out. Them are 8mm. If you've got an 8mm spanner, you get onto them with 8mm. Lift it up. Oh, these on it, just pull it. There we go. It's a chocolate block, but that does need a very good clean out. So yeah, let's give that a brush out and a wash through. Okay, so we give it a good brush through. I don't really want to be like jabbing stuff down there because it'll just compact it and block the exchanger. So just give it a brush through just to loosen up the debris, and then we're going to wash it through. Yes, I know I'm still using a jug and a bowl, but a few people did recommend the Karcher, the mini Karcher. It's on its way. I've ordered it, so yes, I'm going to invest. I've invested in that. It's on its way. It's just out here for this job, so thank you to everyone who recommended that. It is on its way. So for now, we're just going to wash it through and get all them debris out of there. Make sure you got a towel down just to protect the boiler, and you can just give that a good wash through. One other thing I'll do as well, that's the plate here. Put the plate back on, and it'll just block this up, and you see all the muck coming out. I'll do that a few times, get that a really good wash through. Right, then we're going to put in a new spark electrode on this side. There we go. And we'll put a new detection lead on there as well. That's the old ones out, and new ones in. So we've got a nice clean heat exchanger now, new sets of electrodes, detection lead. So yeah, let's get the burner back on there. There ain't really a lot you can do to clean the burner. I have actually broke one of these in half before, and it's just honeycomb. It is just honeycomb, so there's no way of getting in there to clean it out. It should be annoying, but you can check the plate inside there. So don't push too hard, but you can push on there and it should spring back It's hard to see on camera, but it should just have a nice bit of resistance and spring back up. And you can actually put a torch on there and see what kind of light you get through there. Let's see if we can do that actually. Torch on top. Can you just about see the light on the bottom there? You just see straight through. On the logic, you do have to bend these out of the way, but the heat on there, look at that, just getting straight through. Right, we'll just straight back on, nice and easy. You can get the screws back on the back, and the two on the front. Just get that burner bolted back on. So burner is back in. What we'll do now is clean the injector on the fan, which is just 2 screws either side. You can take that out. Yeah, that needs a really good clean. That should look brand new. So we use that is abrasive strip. So you can see the colour of it at the moment. Look at that really good clean. There you go. It should look like that. Brand new piece of brass. Another part to clean out. It's actually inside there. So you can just use the abrasive strip and clean it. Get your mind out of the gutter. There we go. Let's get the fan back in. So what we should be able to do is that there, we'll be able to hook behind that nut. And them 2 lugs there, go onto there. Get the camera. There we go, I got it. And what you do is pull on it and it shouldn't come out. You know then it's on them 2 lugs. Behind that nut, and you can just get in there, tighten that up now. You have to force that out. Use 2 hands on it. It's out now, just go in. Get that cleaned. Right, top spin out, that's all cleaned. Just going to take this plate back off, get the tweet back in, then we can test it. See how we're getting on. So the injector's all in, handles in, burners in, all the bolts on tight. So yeah, that's all cleaned out. The kilowatt rating was fine, 14.5, and that's kilowatt. That is the Telegram on high. So yeah, see, that's the full strip and clean. And of course, we had to book ourselves in because the sump was gone. You can see from that brown staining at the back that it had been leaking quite a while. It is a very common fault on the Logics for the sumps to split, and so that white crusting is the first telltale sign. So if you do go to one of these, there's rusting in the case or white crusting around the bottom of the sump there, it's going to have a hairline cracking. I think you can just about see, I think that was it there. So yeah, first of all, let's get the power off to the boiler, get the fuse out, and isolate the gas, because we're going to have to take the gas valve out for this one. Very important as well, you take the fuse out. I mean, we am quite close to that fuse spur, so we don't want to accidentally knock that on. So we've got the Nerad compression spanner there. Just going to undo the nut on the bottom of the gas valve, disconnect the earth lead and the power supply to the gas valve. We can take off the top connection to the gas valve. And we thought that was ready to come out, but we forgot there's a retaining nut underneath. Now you just have to loosen that off underneath there. You don't have to take it all the way off. Then the gas valve will just pull out. That's the gas valve out of the way. Next up, we need to get the flue toy out of the way. Let's take the sump cover off and pull up and pull away, and that will come out. Next is the retaining bracket for the spark generator. That's on 2 short screws. Then that plate then will slide to the left and out the way. So you can disconnect your spark electrode there and the power supply to the spark generator. Then you can get that out of the way. Next up, condensate trap. So you just twist that, disconnect it off the sump. And you should be able to force that up and to the right, and that will come out the way. Just like that. Let's take a look at what you get with the new sump. So obviously you get the sump. Now there is 2 versions, one for the heat only boiler and one for the combo. So make sure you order the right one because they are different. You'll get a fittings pack in there. It's got new washers, new sump front cover and the instructions. This screw here That's a retaining screw for the heat exchanger. Now just loosen that. You don't have to take it all the way out, just loosen it. Just get you a bit more room in that heat exchanger. Makes it easier to get the sump out. Now you just want to snap the front lugs off. Don't be scared of this, just get in there and snap them off. Then you just prise it down. Then just give it a bit of brute force just to ease it out. What you can do then is get your screwdriver in at the back and just snap it off, because there is lugs at the back that you need to snap off, and that's it. That is the sump out of the way, and don't forget to take the seal off. See there, that's the lugs at the back that we was trying to get off. So you do need to give it a bit of force, bit of silicone grease on the sump, and when you push it up, you want to hear a click, and that means the back's clicked in. Then you can pull up the front and you can click the front in. It can be a little bit of a struggle, I'm not going to lie, to get it on sometimes, but it ain't too bad. Now I'm just going to run my fingers round the back just to make sure it's sealed all the way, all the lugs are on, and we're happy the sump's in. Once we're happy the sump's in, we can start putting the boiler back together. So we're going to start off with the condensate trap. So we've just got that back in. That's just like a quarter turn to lock it into place. Then we want to get the connection from the condensate trap to the sump on. That's like a rubber hose. Get the spark generator back in. Remember, it's the short screws that go in there. So I'll put them short screws in. Tighten it back onto the heat exchanger. Then we can reconnect the spark generator and the spark electrode. Then we need our new washers out the pack, so we're going to replace the fibre washers on the gas valve. And the gas valve, you can put that back into place, and you can tighten the nut on the bottom first. So just get that loosely in place. Top one, we're going to replace seals on that as well. It comes with the fibre washer and the rubber washer, so you can replace both of them. Just get them in place, then you can get your pipe back in place as well. So again, I always just loosely put them on. I never tighten them right up until everything in place, so you can just get that little bit of wiggle room if you need it. So we can get the electrics back on the gas valve. Then we can tighten up the nuts onto the gas valve. Flue to it is just up and in and down, and that'll click it in. And you also get a new sump cover, so make sure you put that on. Tighten that in, and don't forget the retaining screw on the heat exchanger. Final safe checks, tightness test, telegram reading, and that's a full sump replacement on an ideal logic heat. So that's a full demonstration on how to take most of the components out of ideal logic heat only. So it's full strip down and clean, and how to remove and replace the sump. Now them sumps ain't as bad as they look. The first time you do one of them, you're going to think, oh, they ain't as bad as what they look, trust me. The instructions are really easy to follow, and say don't mess about, just snap the lugs off, snap the old one off, and start getting your new one on. You do have to put quite a bit of pressure at the back just to get it to clicking, because it is a bit tight. Once you've done a few, that'll become second nature. Really easy to do. It's probably one of my favourite boilers to work on is a Logic. They am dead easy to work on, they really am. Like a back C, they have lots of room inside them. Logic's just same, nice and easy to work on. So what did you think of the content this week? So I mixed it up a little bit with the voiceover. Not something I normally do day in the life, jobbing about, but I did enjoy putting that one together. I think there's a few hints and tips in there, a few learning curves that might help people. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about that. And as always, thank you for the support and your subscriptions. I really appreciate it. I mean, we just went over 3k, so yeah, I'm really happy with that. I said I'll do a 5k giveaway, so I'm gonna have a think now. With it free, what can I put into the kitty for the 5k? I say it's going to be a bigger giveaway than the other two, so yeah, I'm gonna have a think about that over the next week or so. So any suggestions what you want to see in the 5k giveaway, again, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.